Hi, welcome back to the channel Tea Time with Peace and Joy. My name is Doris. So last time we talked about the first 3 points of conflict, how to resolve a conflict effectively, right? So today we are going to talk about the next 3 points. But if you haven't seen the video, I'm going to link it up there and you will be able to see it. And before we start, if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing to our channel. Click on the bell so you'll get the notification when we upload our next video. And also give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and share with your friends, share with your family. We will love to reach out to more people. Okay, so let me talk about what we talked about last time. There are 3 points that we talked about last time, and we are going to do the next 3 in this video. So the first thing when we have a conflict is not to ignore it. Try to face it. You would know that you need to face it, right? And the second thing is to think of the matter straight. You don't want to focus on a million different things, or thinking it as a bigger problem than it already is. You don't want that. You just want to focus on that issue that you are talking about today. So that is the second thing. And third is to plan ahead, because you don't want to talk about it at an appropriate time or environment, or you want to have a chance to really talk it out and have enough time to discuss. Okay, so today we are going to go through point 4, 5, and 6. Number 4 is communication. Communication is key, it's huge. It is really, really important, because it really depends on how we talk, if we can get a solution or not. That is really important. So for example, if we say like, you're always like this, or you never do this. So those words like always, never, we try to avoid it at any cost, because a lot of times if we say never or always, our argument all of a sudden is focusing on always and never. So even if I don't do my homework a lot of times, but there may be 2 out of 100 times that I do it. So if my mom is saying you never do your homework, then I may say, no, those 2 times I did it, remember? You can't always say that I always don't do it. Then you focus on that little thing instead of finding a solution for the issue at hand. So that is not helpful. So try not to use those words, because those words will get people into a defensive mode. And it's the same as attacking the other person. If you attack them, they are more likely to get into a defensive mode, and what they want to do is just to defense and maybe attack instead of listening to what you're talking about. And so one of the really beneficial way is to use the I statement. What is an I statement? An I statement is a statement that focuses on your feelings, like my feelings, how it makes me feel, instead of focusing on attacking the other person's personality or their way of dealing with issues or things like that. So it's focusing on my perspective and how it makes me feel, instead of what the other party is. So that is again a way not to get the other party into a defensive mode. They are more likely to listen to you, and they are more likely to help you out in that way. Okay, so for example, we talk about the Netflix situation last time. So if you two are finding a movie to watch and they are not really watching something that you like, and you don't really like it, that make you really frustrated or feel unloved or feel ignored, you can focus on that issue, and you can tell the other party saying, when we try to find a movie to watch and it's always something that, don't use the word always. Yes, I made a mistake there. So if you say that sometimes when we are picking a movie, but you were always doing this or that, then that won't work, because they will be arguing with like, I always do that, no I didn't, and then all of a sudden you start a fight instead of like starting a dialogue or communication. So the better way of saying it is that, I really want to enjoy our night together, I really cherish our night together, but sometimes when we are finding a movie to watch, I feel unloved and I feel like ignored. And then you can tell them why you feel that way, and things like that. But try not to use the you statement, use the I statement. So that is the best way of doing it. But that is quite complicated and it's not easy to do. And I understand, for example, if you feel like in the work situation it's hard because your boss don't want you to talk about me, and me, right? But at the same time, you can still tell them in a really professional way. You can say that, hey, I see that my project was not up to your standard, the last one. So I really feel frustrated a little bit. I want to improve. How can we improve the situation? So then you can find a solution instead of attacking each other or defending yourself. That may not be the best way of doing it. Okay. So we are going to spend our next episode talking just about I statements. I'm going to come up with some statements. We are going to look at together and brainstorm a little bit. Think like, what is the best way of saying it, rephrasing it, instead of saying that thing that is quite offensive. Okay, so we are going to do that in the next video. And the other thing is to practice active listening. So that is, you're trying to actively listen to the other party, what they have to say, instead of just attacking or being defensive, but really like, what is the need there? What do I hear? Okay, so my boss needs this, and we will look at we will look into why later. Maybe, why do you want that way? Why is this way not working? Like, you can talk about that later, right? But the first thing is to listen to their needs. Why they need that, like what do they need, and then get into like why they need that. Okay, and last but not least, try to be calm, because if you raise your voice, the other party is going to raise their voice, and it can just get worse, and it will be a fight instead of like an argument. And so you want to be calm. If you really always like use this really calm kind of voice to talk to them, to reply to what they say, eventually 99% of the time people will really back down, and they will be more calm when they talk to you. Okay. So we are going to talk about I statement in the next episode, and then we are going to talk about the techniques of active listening in the one after that. Okay. And step 5 is to find a solution that works for both of you. But when you are doing that, there are things that you have to make sure you do, and that is you are willing to meet them halfway. Or even a little bit more. So try not to just stay here and say, I want it to be resolved and you have to come to me. No, or you go to them. No, like meet each other halfway and get into a win-win situation. And when you are brainstorming the solutions, don't judge any one of them, just list them out and then talk it through, and again use the I statement, like how it makes you feel and things like that, and cross out the one that won't work, and then save the ones that may or may not work, and then talk it through. Can we treat it a little bit so that it will work for both of us? Just be patient and find a solution together, and that will be more beneficial. And last, really like the last point is, even if we find a solution now, it doesn't mean that it will be there forever. Just because our need changes every day, and the environment, the circumstances changes every single day as well. And so it may not be the best solution later on. So you may have to revisit the issue and find a new solution. But don't give up, because if you use all those techniques, at least you're not really in the opposite side of each other. Like, you're a team instead of being the opposite side, and you have to win. That is not what you're thinking. You want the situation to be better. You want issues to be resolved. Okay, so today I want to share with you a Bible verse, and is in Matthew chapter 18, 15 to 17. It said, if your brother or sister sins, go and point out their fault, just between the two of you. If they listen to you, you have won them over. But if they will not listen, take one or two others along, so that every matter may be established by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. If they still refuse to listen, tell it to the church. And if they refuse to listen even to the church, treat them as you would a pagan or a tax collector. So what it's saying is that, like, although it's talking about sin, it's not exactly the same, but the principles are quite similar. So that is, when you have conflict with someone, or when you're frustrated with someone, sometimes our sinful nature may make us talk to a third party, a fourth party, and fifth party about the situation to let out your frustration. And that is quite normal, but the best solution may be to go up to that person to talk about it, to try to resolve the situation together. And if they don't listen, or if you need help, then you may get involved like 2 other people. But at the beginning, always go directly to that person to address the issue, and that will be the best way, and your best bet. Because, you know, if you talk to a third, fourth, fifth party first, eventually they may hear what you have talked about, and they may not like it, and it will only make the matter worse. Okay, so thank you for watching till the end, and I hope to see you next time. We are going to talk about the skill of communicating next time. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.